Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this workshop, Your Name and Sound Energy. For those of you who have not experienced sound energy before, I will give you a brief demonstration, but we're going to be very much working with your name. And let me start by a little bit of my story so you can understand why I really feel that your name is so important to you. Okay, at the end of the day, this is about you, and the sharing of my story is purely to help you understand why I believe what I believe and the importance of your name. Back just before my first birthday, I was scolded by a boiling milk coffee that went all over my face, my neck, and the jumper I was wearing stuck to my skin. I was hospitalized for 3 months, and this was at a time when parents weren't allowed to stay with their children. In fact, the hospital rules were that parents could go in and see their children for an hour once a month, once a week. Correction, let's get it right, every other day. The reality was my parents got to see me for an hour once a week. That left me feeling very unwanted, unloved, not good enough. And they know that the damage, the emotional damage that can do to children, that lack of their parents being around. There were other circumstances that occurred, but I spent many, many years feeling very insecure, unloved, unwanted, etc. Now, one of the things that did occur, and which is why, and I'll explain how I came to know it, why I feel and the way I do about name, is I was christened Sarah Jane. But I was called Jane as a baby. Now, for anybody that knows me and has known me for years, you'll know it's Sarah. And that's because when I went to my second school, my parents had actually moved. It was a brand new town, brand new school, and nobody knew me. And all I can assume, because of the age that I was, which could only have been about 6 or 7, was that I felt Jane was unwanted, not good enough, all the rest of it. And so if I became Sarah, hopefully things would change for me. So I went to my new school and I told everyone I was called Sarah. No, things didn't change, but that's beside the point. I came into my own healing process through a broken jaw, which gave me 6 months of pain and sleepless nights, and was a real wake-up call. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't want to go back through it, but I wouldn't change it. And it was the start of my healing process. It was the start of me stepping into my own power and starting to live my life rather than trying to live my life through others. And yeah, I was very much people pleaser, and I wouldn't have had the courage to do this either. And I was out walking on a walk on local heathland, and I'm very good at talking to myself. And I was talking to Sarah. I was talking to Jane. So it was the me that day that was talking to my younger self, Jane. And it was in that instant that I realized that I had been the biggest rejecter of me. That Jane is who I am. You'll see my name written as Sarah Jane. For those of you that know me, I still say, please call me Sarah. I'm still happy for people to call me Sarah because I've integrated the whole of me. There is no aspect of me that is separate from the rest of me now, as far as I'm concerned. But I still work with my name and with the sound energy. And this is a gift I'm hoping that you'll take away and you'll use. And it will help you in the way I've heard that it's helped so many other people. So the name that your parents called you as a child, I personally believe is the name you chose. Yes, you chose, that you guided your parents to call you. My parents had been going to call me Amanda Jane. There were an awful lot of Amandas being christened at the time, but the Jane stayed because the Jane was meant to. So I'd like you to think about your name, what you get called. Now, if I was in trouble, I was Sarah Jane. My sister's the same. Katie and Jackie, they were Catherine and Jacqueline. So many children, when they're in trouble, if there's definitely not an abbreviation of the name, they definitely get the, well, so if there is an abbreviation, they will get their full name when they're in trouble. But it's the name your parents called you, especially your mother, most of the time. I say especially to your mother, but occasionally it's the father, your dad, that has been the one that you've managed to guide with your name. I've had a conversation with somebody recently, and it was definitely their father that had the say in their name. So your name is very important. It is actually who you are for this lifetime. Now, please, I can see that there are people here. Let me know you're here. I know some people are shy. That's fine. It's all right. I've been there. I've done that. Written the book and got the t-shirt. But do let me know. So think about your name. Now, there are going to be some of you out there who really do not like your name. Yeah, I was one of them. Obviously, because I changed it, and I didn't like it when I changed it either. So come on, we're all humans. I know exactly how that feels, you know. But think about your name. And what are the memories that go with your name? How many of you's immediate reaction is a happy memory? And how many of you immediate reaction is negative stuff? Hi, Pam. Great to have you with us. Think about it. We're human beings. We are very, very good at holding on to the negative, at remembering the negative, and remembering the feelings of the negative. I'm not saying everybody is the same, because we are all different, and it's at different degrees as well of the hurt, the memories, etc. But we're very good at holding on to the negative, and not very good at remembering all those times that our name was said with love, with caring, with compassion, with encouragement, with congratulations, and so many other positive senses and meanings. We're very good at remembering the negative. Hi, Jenny. Lovely to have you with us as well. So we aren't good at remembering the positive, most of us. I know there are exceptions. And so there may be some of you out there who are thinking, yeah, but I've changed my name because I hated it. And I have had, I'm not going to name names because I haven't asked permission to, but I have had people come up to me and say they've hated their name, and the difference after either me toning it or them working with it themselves. So I hope, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching the replay, whether it's tomorrow, next year, 10 years down the line, you'll think about joining in with this and doing this for yourself. And I really hope that you will do, because it is very, very powerful coming from yourself. Now, toning. Now, why am I going on about toning and name? One, it was important to me to try and help you to realize how important your name is. And I hope that some of you will sit with that. If you're not 100% certain, you have the right to believe what you believe, and you have to go with what feels right to you. And please, I'm not telling you what you've got to believe, but this is what I believe, and I know the difference it has helped make in my life. And that's what I'm sharing with all of you. And Jeanette, lovely to have you with us as well. Thank you for being here. So, sound energy. For those of you that aren't aware of the sound energy that I use, it's toning, it's the voice. So this is what makes it so wonderfully flexible, and where sound and name can come together. Because I think I've just mentioned toning your own name. And this is what this is about. Now, yes, when I do this for myself, I wait for an empty house. I really do. And that's fine, because there will be people around you who won't be too sure about it. And please, you haven't got to have a singing voice. It is not about being able to sing. Toning is not singing. I know that some people may think it is, but it's not. So I'm going to do a couple of tones, so just that you get an idea of what toning is. Then I know that I can't hear you, and actually nobody else can unless you've got other people in the house with you. But I'd like you to try it with me, but not to start with, just become aware. In fact, what I'd like you to do now, if you would like to, is sit down and relax and close your eyes and become aware of the roots in your feet. Let your roots go down into Mother Earth, deep into Mother Earth, deep down into Mother Earth, anchoring into Mother Earth. And you may feel the energy of her love and her protection coming back up through your roots, up into your feet, up into your legs, up into your whole body, and totally filling, surrounding, and protecting you. Because one of the energies I work with the sound, is Gaia Mother Earth. And the energy that she always brings is love. And I felt it important that we bring in her protection as well. So just let the energy of the sound wash over you. And it isn't actually about what you hear, it's about what you feel. So let the sound wash over you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now, if any of you would like to share how that felt, please feel free to. And if you're not on your own in the house, I appreciate that some of you may not wish to try this unless you can find time to come back to this and try it yourself when you are on your own. But what I'd like you to do is join in with me. Now, the sound's channeled, okay? The length of breath, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. just allow it. But the best way to breathe, to fill your lungs, isn't the raising of your shoulders. That doesn't fill your lungs at all. You actually need to fill your lungs right down into your stomach. So when you breathe in, actually what's expanding is your stomach, the lower part of your torso. So there's hardly any movement of these. And then it's just gently allowing the breath out to create the sound. Pam, thank you. She felt love. And Jeanette felt peace. So thank you very much for sharing. And I hope you enjoyed the experience as well. And it's just take a deep breath and allow whatever sound comes out. It hasn't got to be perfect. It actually doesn't matter what it sounds like, but just hold the intention that that sound is for you, just for you, and feel love. The other energies that I work with this sound, as well as Gaia, Archangel Uriel, the angel of peace and wisdom, and Saint Germain of the violet flame. I personally also work with Mother Mary because the name aspect very much helps me work with people with their inner child, with their younger self, and heal that hurt and pain of younger years. But working with your own name can be a really good start to that healing. And if you're inviting in the love of Gaia and Mother Mary, as well as your own love for yourself, and yes, it is okay to love yourself. In fact, it's essential to love yourself. So this is all about loving energy, about acknowledging who you are, the whole of you, every aspect of you, all those younger yous that got hurt. It's about acknowledging the whole of you. So I hope that you're ready to give this a try. I'm going to tone again, and I'm going to do a couple. So however long your breath goes, I'm just going to do 2, and you just join in for as long. But if that's 3 or 4 breaths for you, just keep going. Doesn't matter. I've been doing this for quite a few years now, and sometimes it surprises me how long they go. But just trust. So relax. I always work with my eyes closed. Close your eyes. Again, be aware of your feet, and the roots are still down in Mother Earth. You've still got her love and protection. And when you're ready, okay, when you're ready, if anybody would like to share how that felt, but if you did it, that's great. If you've got any questions, ask me. And if you are watching this at a later date and you have got questions once the program is finished, then please feel free to email me. I think you can probably leave messages either under the video, because this will go onto YouTube. Some of you will be watching it from YouTube. If you're watching the replay, and I believe you can ask questions at the side, they will be emailed to me, and I will put my email address under the YouTube video, which is sarasoundspirit@gmail.com. And please, folks, the Sarah is without the H. It won't get to me if you put an H at the end of Sarah. Pam, you felt sadness. Okay. That was going deep at a guess. And thank you for sharing. Right. I know we do have a few who are watching live. If there is anyone who is prepared to say yes, then please put the name up that your mother called you as a child, because I would like your permission to use that, especially if you have changed your name. And I know it sounds silly, especially if you have. It doesn't matter the relationship you had with your mother. I've had a lot of people I have worked with that haven't had good relationships with their mothers, but actually the energies they have felt from the name, some, yes, I have had the odd one where there's been anger, but they've been in the right place to be able to deal with that. And I'm happy to support people. So if you get something that is feeling really, really strange, please don't hesitate to contact me. Let me help you through that. I'm happy to do that. Okay, so we have Pam, Jenny, and is it Jeanette, or is if I, Jeanette, can you just say yes, Jeanette, because it's important, because I know that's spelt Jeanette, but I'm sure it's not said Jeanette. But if you could just clarify Jeanette for me, that would be brilliant. Pam, you came up first. Jenny, you came second, and I'll wait for clarification. I didn't used to like my name. It's all right. I can totally relate to that, because I didn't either. And I think well, I know there's an awful lot of people out there, but I'm assuming I've got the pronunciation right, because that's also important. If there's anything wrong about my pronunciation of your name, please tell me. I worked at a talk I was giving with a lady from Spain, and she told me her name was Veronica. And I said to her, but you're not English. I said, how did your mother pronounce your name? And she said, Veronica. Now, I'm no good at languages, but I have tried to learn Spanish, and I understood that their V is more like a B, and they also have that rolled R, which I'm gratefully luckily able to do. So don't anglicize your name. It is about pronouncing your name as best you can the way that your mum did. It's actually an essential part of it, because it's your chosen name. Okay, so I'm going to start with Pam, and then I will go to Jenny, and then I will go to Jeanette. So, and for those of you who are watching live, Jenny, Jenny is said with a soft J, not as in English. So is it Jenny, which is more like our softer G? So can you tell me, is it Jenny? Is that nearer? I'll work on Pam, and then I'll come back. Maybe like E would sound. I-E. Okay. Okay. It's me getting my head wrapped around this one now. So you, so it's not the hard J. It's not the hard J. A soft J, because English is very hard in the way of a J. Maybe like, because okay, where do you come from? Because I know that the J in Spanish is more like an H, the English H. So it would be more like no, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to work with this one. Let me go with Pam and Yuni. Is that more like it? Is it Yenny? Yenny. If that's right, Yenny, then please. I know it's obviously taking a while for it to get through, and I'm sorry, folks, but this is really important. And if you're if you decide to have a little bit of fun with friends and do this, then this is really important. But obviously, you're going to be talking to each other, and so you can listen to that. Come from Yenny would be right. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Yenny. Okay, so right, let's go with this. Okay, Pam. So relax, and hopefully all of you will feel something, but obviously it'll be mostly aimed at the person whose name, Yenny. Okay, so Pam will go with you first. So relax, Pam, feet on the ground. Know that your roots are still in the earth and you're still protected. Pam, 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 Pam. Okay, Yoni. Feet on the floor, roots in the ground. Feel the love and the protection of Mother Earth. Okay. So it's Jeanette. Okay. Rather than Jeanette. Jeanette. So as I said it the first time. Okay, Jeanette. Feet on the floor, roots in the ground. And I believe we've had somebody else join us. If you want to put your name up and experience your name being toned, just pop your name up. And I want to get the pronunciation right. Jeanette, just relax and let the sound wash over you. Jeanette, 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 Jeanette. Jeanette, 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 Okay, if you would like to share how that felt, Pam, you've put a note up. For whoever's just joined us, I'm toning your name, the name that was you were called by your mother. If you'd like to experience it, please feel free to put a note up, type in, and I will do that for you. And because obviously you've missed some of the program, but we'll come back to that. Pam, I felt some energy in my sacral chakra, and then it was like someone from another time or place was calling my name. The energies I work with, it's not me. And it's possible that there's no two ways about it, whether it's a soul that's still with us, whether it's a soul that has passed. Could have been one of your guides or guardians, your angels. It could be anyone. And just trust that. You felt it in your sacral chakra, your sacral plexus. And to me, base and sacral is always about childhood. I'm not asking anybody to share their experiences of childhood here. You know, it's a totally different thing if people wish to work with me. I'm doing this workshop so that you can experience the energy. You can take this away and do it for yourself. If people wish to investigate further, that's up to them. This is not about me selling you anything at the end of it, I promise. I promise. Okay. Jeanette, felt happy. It made me smile. Then I had a few tears in the corner of my eyes. And that's not surprising, because you're feeling a love and hopefully an acceptance and acknowledgement that a lot of us have gone through a long time thinking there isn't that acceptance and that love. So, and the tears are a letting go. I always see tears as a release, and I love seeing tears. I don't like seeing people hurt, but I do love seeing tears, because I don't see the tears that people shed doing this as being anything negative. I really don't. So, and Pam, just thinking about it, someone calling your name could actually be your younger self. It suddenly just came to me. It doesn't have to have been anybody but your younger self, a younger aspect of you that is feeling left out, unwanted, unloved, that is saying, I'm here and I would like to reconnect. And this is the joy of doing this for yourself. You can literally help reconnect aspects of yourself that you hadn't, you thought you were connected and you're actually not, because you've disconnected aspects of yourself. When I changed my name from Jane to Sara, I literally rejected that whole aspect of me, those younger years of me. So think about that. It could be a younger aspect of self. Yuni, sorry. I felt a lot of energy in the third eye chakra, and then pulled on the sacral chakra. So third eye, great. Hopefully, opening up, to your intuition and numerous other things that are relevant to the third eye. because a lot of people say that's where your intuition, you're opening up to the receiving of messages, whether you can hear them, whether you see things, whatever. But if there's an opening up of your third eye, for a lot of people, that's a really positive thing. I'm not going to say it's negative, but sort of it's usually, but the sacral, again, I would go, it's something within a child. So the only questions I will ask, if I ask any, are for you to answer. In that respect, I don't need answers from you. The only person who needs the answers is you. Can you help heal yourself? Yes. In fact, you're the only one who can heal you. Okay? So nobody else can hear you. But tools like this, I can offer these tools for yourself, your higher self, your body, whatever, to say, yes, please, thank you very much. I know exactly what to do with this. So you're helping yourself by experience. So whether it's sound energy, it's going for a regular massage, it's, sort of going for Reiki sessions, going to yoga, whatever it is that you do to help yourself. And that's really important, because nobody can heal you but you. Okay, right. Jeanette says, how do you actually know if it is a different aspect of self, or do you just feel the energy and not have to know? Okay, Jeanette, it could be anything, but it's you feel it. A lot of times with people have said that sounded like my mum, in which case it was. There's no two ways about it. It was their mum. Whether it sounded like, felt like, whatever it was. There have been different people have mentioned when I've worked with people, they've had a late spouse come to them, actually, not just in the toning. They've had the experience where the spouse has come to them, and these are in short tasters that I've done in fairs and events. So that there can be really deep-rooted energies that it can touch. The working with Gaia, Mother Energy, Mother Mary, Mother Energy, because I personally work with people on the inner child. I was told a few years ago that I would work with children. I don't think when the person told me that they realized, I didn't, I thought they literally meant children. Well, I am, but it's people's inner child, it's people's younger self. And younger self, there's no two ways about it. Jane was very separate for me than Sarah. Sarah was who I'd been since 6 or 7, whatever age I was when I changed. And I'd rejected the whole of Jane and everything that had happened to her. I've done a lot of work with Jane. In fact, when I tone my name now, I do a mix of Sarah Jane, and Jane Sarah. I do all of it. I do the whole lot. I honor the whole of me. So if you've had any changes of name, even if it's just a slight abbreviation, then do more than one. There's the possibility, the reason I mentioned younger self is purely because that's what I work with people. And the fact that you felt it, sacral plexus, base chakra, sacral plexus, are very much the areas of younger child to me. When people talk about that area, feeling it in that area, that's what it's about. And I see we've had a few more join us, and I'm really sorry because you've missed an awful lot of this to know what we're actually talking about. And I hope you will go back to the replay and to the or to the YouTube video to watch this. But there are got a little bit of time. If those of you that just joined us would like to hear your name being toned, please could you put your name up now? Those who've been here and said yes, I've already done it for them, because what I would like to go on to do next is get you to tone your own name. That's why I got you to tone first, and obviously your pronunciation of your name, and Yenny, I appreciate, I don't know whether you tell you whether you're in England or whether you're in Sweden, but yeah, if you're in England and you call people, tell people to call you Jenny, please, I encourage you, ask people to respect the proper pronunciation of your name. It's really important for you. So I hope that you will do that. And I hope also when people tell you what their name is, that you'll get it right for them and you'll respect them. I've only got one person who insists on calling me Sara, and I hate it. And I wish that person would respect the fact I am not Sara, have never been Sara, will never be Sara. It's really important to respect others. It really, really is. And to expect that same respect back from others. So, okay. So I hope that those of you who are with us, even if you haven't experienced your own name being toned, will join in with toning your own name. I'm not going to tone my name. What I'm going to do is I am going to just tone, okay? And I would like you to do it for yourself. Again, take a deep breath and allow however it comes out. Don't try and control it. Don't try and make a tune out of it. It's important that you just trust, okay? Just trust the sound that comes out. Good. I am so pleased, Yenny. I really am, and I honor you, and I honor all of you that are here. So when you're ready, know that your roots are still in Mother Earth, that you still have her love and her protection, and try this for yourself. Okay, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I would love for you to share, if you're ready to, if you're willing to, how that felt. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you've really felt something great from it. And that it's something that you'll really think about using for yourself. I know I did a week-long event back in August, and I was sharing the sound energy there. I was part of a week-long event, Sun and Moon Festival. And I had people coming up to me throughout the week saying they were toning their name and the difference it was making to them and how positive their energies were feeling. People who changed their name, who were thinking to go back to their original name. It was amazing the difference this was making to people that week. And I love hearing this. I love knowing that I can share something with people that is genuinely making a difference for them. So, so what have we got? We got Pam. Still felt it in my sacral chakra, but also felt good. Excellent. It felt different and good. Yeah, because sometimes you have to put the word different because you're not sure exactly how to describe it. So absolutely. Really, all three of you, I think, have said about sacral, if I'm not much mistaken. So do think about it. My suggestion is, if you can sit quietly, no, you're not going to get disturbed. Think about your younger self. If necessary, a specific situation, and tone your own name. Just trying to help you to connect with that younger aspect of self. Now, obviously, while you're toning, you can't talk to them, but actually that's quite good. They don't actually need you to talk to them. They just need you to be there for them. And if it's right, if they're ready to be held and to cuddled and hugged, do it. It is a younger aspect of self to me, and it's not just one. I think those of us that work within the complementary therapies, we very much know that the healing process is like the layers of an onion. And the onion works in two respects to me. One, it has layers, and two, when you cut it, it makes you cry. And your healing process is just that. It's a layer at a time. And yes, a lot of people will have tears in the healing process, in the letting go. So it's all about the onion. The onion to me is a great analogy of how the healing process works. It really is. So have any of you got any questions for me? Because I'm hoping that from what I said at the beginning, that you're realizing now the importance of your name, and how important it is, and that you are important. You know, it's the whole of you that's important, and it is important to reconnect all of yourself, to bring the whole of you together. And I know that working with the sound has made a huge difference to me. Okay, my healing process has included Reiki, has included metamorphic technique, sessions of craniosacral and shiatsu, and have had some reflexology and various other things. Yes, I've experienced many things, but actually in the process, I've learnt Reiki. The first person you treat with Reiki is yourself. And it was only earlier this year with the sound energy, although I've been using it for quite a few years now, that I was told it is sound Reiki. What I bring is sound Reiki. So think about what you can do for yourself. It is always about self. And that's how I started. When I found Reiki, I was looking for something I could do for me. And what I was told was the first person you treat when you learn Reiki is yourself. And as I said, it was earlier this year, and I'm now a master teacher of Reiki. It's earlier this year I was told that what I have been given, and yes, I have been given, I haven't learned this from anyone, I channel it, is sound Reiki. Okay, Pam has said, is this something that we can do daily? Do it whenever you like, whenever feels right. Absolutely, if you wish to do it daily, Pam, do it daily. You know, there's no two ways about the fact that you can do that. I think the further down the line of your healing process that you go, you may feel you don't require to do it daily. But if you're feeling a little low, a little down, you can pick yourself up by and allow yourself to smile, because there are so many times with people's names that I actually find myself smiling while I'm toning it. And I can feel that love, that energy, that acknowledgement. coming through in the energy of the toning. So it's really, really important. And Yenny says, is there any beneficial things to visualize while toning or feeling, etc.? Are there special angels connected to sound? Well, as I said, one of the main energies I work with is Archangel Uriel, the angel of peace and wisdom. And I think that makes a lot of sense to me, because obviously when we're feeling incomplete, when we're feeling hurt, we're definitely not feeling at peace. And so Uriel's energy is coming in, helping with the healing process, is very definitely bringing in that peace within us. But the wisdom aspect is, certainly when I'm working one-on-one with people, and it's how that I now feel that, okay, sacral plexus is very much, and the base chakra and sacral is very much childhood. And what you've got to realize is that trauma can literally go back to preconception. Now, it's going to be something you think, what do you mean preconception? Yes, because if for whatever reason your mother was raped, that trauma was there pre you being conceived. And what your mother went through, those feelings from her have been transmitted to you. So, every trauma your mother goes through from just preconception throughout the pregnancy, you are going to feel. And then obviously birth is a trauma. And then there are numerous other things that are traumatic to children. One word can be extremely traumatic to a child. Never misjudge what is traumatic to a child. And I must admit, I cringe every time I hear people saying, yes, but children are resilient. They're not as resilient as people like to think. They don't know how to cope with it. They see things in black and white. And if a word hurts, it hurts. If they can't see the humor of it, which they don't understand, it's black and white. So I never, ever judge what is traumatic and what has been traumatic to people. And, if people are trying to judge what was traumatic to you as a child, ignore them. If it was traumatic to you, it was. And it's that younger aspect of yourself that requires some help. Do you have to visualize anything? Is there any special, no, just allow yourself to feel. But if you would like to try and connect to younger self, then try and let yourself be aware if your younger self is happy to show themselves to you. Angels, Raphael is the angel of healing. Shamuel is the angel of love. Bring in any of the angels. You have your own guardian angels. I am going to actually bring dragons in here because I know we all have guardian dragons and they love us. We are our dragon's treasure. So if it feels right to bring in and invite in the energies to support you, feel free to. If your mother is no longer with us and you would like to invite your mother in or your father in or grandparents in or favorite aunts and uncles, whoever, Mother Mary, Gaia, there are so many energies that you can invite in to support you. And they're all there to help when you ask. So go with what feels right to you. But as I said, the angel, but Saint Germain of the Violet Flame, but Saint Germain is also linked to Archangel Zadkiel. And Zadkiel is mercy and joy. So, and again, be merciful on yourself. Be kind to yourself. So that makes a lot of sense. And joy, it is about bringing the joy back to your life. So again, that makes huge sense to me. Yenny, I hope that answers your question. Jeanette, if we recorded our name for ourselves to listen to, is it as effective? Okay. Yes and no is the answer to that, because you're going to be in a different place every time. And therefore, what you tone each time will be slightly different. And how does sound energy work? And maybe I should have done this at the beginning rather than leaving it to now, but maybe this is a good point, and thank you for asking the question, because it means I tell you, if in case you didn't know. Okay, we are all a vibration. Sound is a vibration. Our aches and pains, illnesses, ailments, stresses, strains are our vibration out of sync. The vibration of the right sound can literally pull your vibration back into sync. So hopefully you are never in the same place twice. So I hope that makes sense. Therefore, if your intention is for your highest good, when you tone, you can come out with a slightly different note, vibration, sound, whatever. It can be different. So yes, you can by all means record it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the vibrations of those sounds that you recorded on that particular day are even actually relevant an hour later. Because hopefully every time you do it, there will be a slight change, a slight bit of growth, a slight bit of moving forward. So I hope you understand what I'm saying there. I'm not saying don't record it. I'm just saying that you may get to the stage where you think, don't know whether that's doing anything. And that will be why. So I hope that makes sense. So I hope, and please feel free to come back to this, listen to any aspect. The joy of the YouTube video is that you can cut to where you want to be. So please feel free to come back to, if you want to, a nudge on or a reminder of how to do the toning, you know, sort of, and go with what works for you. Yeah, I know this way works for me, but go with what works for you. Think about the favorite music, your favorite music. Never hurts to put a bit of your favorite music on. If you want to relax, put relaxing music. If you actually want to sort of get up and have a bit of a move around, put that on too. You know, enjoy the sound energy. It is about freeing you. It is about enlivening you. It is about bringing you joy and peace and happiness. It is about putting that smile on your face. Yes, I understand, says Jeanette. Thought so, thank you. That's all right. But if you don't ask the question, and hopefully there will be other people who are thinking exactly the same and it's been answered for them. So I love it when people ask questions, because you can bet somebody else is thinking exactly the same. If any of you would like to investigate the sound energy with me and the way I work, please contact me. I'm not going to go into sales pitches. I do one-on-one sessions. I do. I do other workshops. This is free. This is just an introduction to what I do. But it is also a gift to you of what you can do for yourself. So thank you for that to those of you who've been here live. Thank you to those who signed up and are watching the replay. And thank you to all of you who watch it on YouTube. I hope this has really helped you. Please feel free to contact me if you'd like to. Otherwise, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and I suggest that you use this for yourself. Love, peace, and light to you all. Take great care. Namaste.